Some movies entertain, others make us think. But The Matrix? It redefined cinema itself. Hey there, movie fans. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the behind-the-scenes secrets of The Matrix 1999, a film that forever changed how action and sci-fi are made. From legendary stunts to groundbreaking camera work, this isn't just a peek behind the curtain. It's a look at cinematic history in the making. So, plug in and let's enter The Matrix. We kick things off with one of the film's most iconic moments, the lobby shootout. At first glance, it looks like a heavy CGI sequence, debris flying, columns exploding, bullets slicing through the air. But here's the twist. This entire action scene was shot practically, using real sets and physical effects. In the raw BTS footage, we see the crew build the lobby using foam walls and columns, designed to explode on impact. Every bullet hit, every piece of rubble was created live on set. And that famous midair kick by Neo? Keanu Reeves trained and performed it himself, strapped into a wire rig to deliver that perfect slow-motion strike. This scene shows just how far the Wachowskis went to blend martial arts and real action with movie magic. Next up is one of the film's most emotional and intense showdowns, Morpheus sacrificing himself to buy Neo time to escape. This moment happens inside a claustrophobic maze of industrial pipes where Morpheus faces off against Agent Smith. Behind the scenes, Lawrence Fishburne is seen getting into character, with careful makeup to simulate cuts and bruises. The choreography was physically demanding, especially the part where Morpheus is smashed into a wall and left hanging in midair. To achieve this, he was connected to a wire rig that let him be thrown and suspended with perfect control. It's a raw, physical fight, and the BTS proves just how committed the actors were to delivering every hit with authenticity. The hovercraft Nebuchadnezzar, where Morpheus and his crew live, wasn't a digital creation. The filmmakers built it from the ground up, inside a soundstage. In the BTS footage, we see the team crafting the ship's gritty, industrial look, control panels, dangling wires, metal walls, all meticulously designed for that cyberpunk realism. Carpenters, set designers, and VFX teams work together to make the ship feel lived in and authentic, proving that physical sets can still beat digital ones in atmosphere and detail. This is the moment Neo wakes up in the real world, breaking free from the simulation inside a jelly-filled pod. One of the most haunting and unforgettable sequences in the film. Surprisingly, the pod wasn't CGI. It was a real prop, built using latex and transparent silicone to mimic a womb-like texture. And that thick, gooey liquid? It was actual slime, made from gelatin, water, and other ingredients to get the look just right. Keanu Reeves performed this scene himself, inside the pod, and even shaved his whole body to look like someone who's never lived in the real world. The cables and wires on his body were practical prosthetics applied with surgical precision. While much of the close-up environment was real, green screens were used in wide shots to digitally extend the pod chamber and create the massive human battery farm. Neo versus Morpheus in the virtual Dojo. This was Neo's first real test, and it became one of the film's most iconic scenes. This wasn't just clever editing. Keanu Reeves and Lawrence Fishburne trained for over 4 months in Kung Fu, Taekwondo, Aikido, and Wushu to perform their own stunts. In the behind the scenes, we see them suspended on wire harnesses, executing moves that defy gravity, pulling off gravity-defying kicks and flips that felt like they came straight out of an anime. And that dojo set? It was completely built by hand. Wooden floors, paper walls, and Japanese minimalist architecture, creating the perfect atmosphere for a battle between philosophy and physicality. Now here's the shot that blew everyone's mind back in 1999, Trinity's airborne slow-mo kick. To capture this game-changing moment, the filmmakers built a circular camera rig with over 100 still cameras positioned in an arc. They first pre-visualized the action using digital mock-ups, then filmed the real take with Carrie-Anne Moss suspended mid-air while the cameras fired in perfect sequence. The result? A cinematic move that would become one of the most imitated shots in movie history. And it all started with some brilliant engineering and a fearless performance. Now we arrive at the film's brutal climax, the high-stakes brawl between Neo and Agent Smith, set deep inside a grimy subway tunnel. On screen, it's pure intensity. But behind the scenes, it's a masterclass in stunt coordination, set design, and next-level choreography. The entire subway tunnel was built from scratch on a soundstage, designed to handle destruction from every angle. The crumbling walls Neo slams into, they were crafted from breakaway foam, realistic enough to sell the damage, but safe for stunt work. Keanu Reeves and his stunt double used wire harnesses to execute the mid-air kicks and brutal wall smashes. Each motion was rehearsed over and over, combining martial arts with Matrix-style slow motion. And just when you think it couldn't get more extreme, the filmmakers pulled off one of the most complex bullet time sequences in the movie, where Neo and Smith twist through the air in a slow-motion ballet of gunfire. To capture it, they used a 360-degree rig made up of over 100 high-speed cameras. Still in the same scene, Neo gets the upper hand by luring Agent Smith onto the subway tracks, just in time for a train to barrel through. Behind the scenes, the train was digitally inserted using green screen, shot within the same tunnel set. And Neo's last-second escape? That was achieved using a wire rig, pulling Keanu straight upward to make the leap look terrifyingly real. This is the behind-the-scenes gold. The moment Neo dodges bullets on a rooftop, bending backward in slow motion. It's easily one of the most iconic visuals in movie history. To make it happen, the crew designed a revolutionary technique they dubbed bullet time. They built a circular rig with over 100 high-speed still cameras, perfectly synced and aligned in a sweeping arc. Keanu Reeves stood at the center, suspended on a wire rig, acting out every movement, from his lean to the ripple of his coat, all choreographed down to the millisecond. Each camera snapped in rapid sequence, creating the illusion of time slowing down while the camera spun around him. The cityscape, bullet trails, and shockwave effects, all added in post using cutting-edge CGI. This technique didn't just stun audiences, it changed the way action scenes are filmed forever. Next, we head to the rooftop battle, where Neo and Trinity go full throttle against rooftop guards, and Neo delivers that unforgettable backbend to dodge bullets. This sequence was filmed on the actual rooftop of a real building, with Keanu and Carrie-Anne Moss doing their own stunts under expert choreography. In the BTS footage, we see both actors working closely with fight coordinators, rehearsing each beat to perfection. And Neo's signature dodge? Captured first with multiple still cameras, then digitally enhanced. The rooftop, surrounding buildings, and bullet trails were all touched up in post, blending practical performance with visual effects to perfection. This scene was more than just action. It was visual poetry in motion. Now we get to one of the film's most ambitious sequences, the helicopter rescue. Neo and Trinity storm in from the skies to save Morpheus. Bullets rain down, glass explodes, and they barely escape before the chopper crashes in a fiery blast. The scenes inside the building where agents hold Morpheus were filmed in a real office interior. The exterior action, including the helicopter flying and firing, was done using a real helicopter rig on a controlled set. The rescue moment where Morpheus is pulled through the air and Trinity dangles from the crash rope was filmed inside a green screen studio using full wire work for safety and realism. And the explosion? That was no CGI trick. The crew built miniature models of the helicopter and a scaled skyscraper facade. Then they blew it up. For real, in slow motion, capturing a shockingly lifelike explosion. Every second of this scene was pre-visualized in animated form and choreographed frame by frame before shooting began. The result? A sequence that feels epic, dangerous, and grounded all at once. Time to slow things down for a more philosophical moment. When Neo rides with Morpheus to meet the Oracle, It seems like a peaceful drive through the city, but the car never moved an inch. The production team placed the vehicle on a soundstage, surrounded by video screens and green screens displaying pre-filmed city footage. Lights rotated around the car to mimic street reflections and passing buildings. The illusion of movement came from subtle camera shakes and lighting changes, creating one of the film's most understated yet clever effects. And that wraps up our behind-the-scenes journey through The Matrix. From gravity-defying stunts to miniature explosions, from bullet time breakthroughs to studio-crafted illusions, this film didn't just push boundaries, it smashed through them. If you love this breakdown, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more cinematic deep dives. Got a favorite movie you'd like us to cover next? Drop it in the comments. We read them all. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.